the NFL today announced that if any alterations in the schedule happen because of an outbreak of players that are not vaccinated, it may lead to forfeits by the team. And this was not taken well by a lot of players, namely DeAndre Hopkins. He deleted this tweet, but he basically said, "Never thought I would say this, but being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in the vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL." He then deleted this, but then he also tweeted something about one of his sisters or fiancés, brothers or friends took the vaccine and then had heart problems. You know, I get why people have concerns, kind of, but I also get why the NFL needs to do this. Last year, the pandemic was, ravaging our communities. The NFL somehow made it work. They were able to, do a lot of stuff, move games around, completely overhaul the schedule. It was a miracle that we were able to get through the NFL season. And now that we have a vaccine, I think the NFL is protecting their dollars, protecting their revenue, protecting their income, and just saying, we don't want to run through these hoops. We don't want to, be suffering, be, scratching our heads and just sweating it out the whole season. Thinking like, damn, we're going to have to move this Thursday night game to Sunday night and the Sunday night game to Tuesday night. Last year, that was the whole thing. And I don't think they want to do that. And now we have a vaccine, which shows that if you take that vaccine, you're most likely not going to get the COVID-19. And if you are, it's going to be a way weaker form of it where you're not going to be, hospitalized, and you're going to be able to fight it off better. So I understand the NFL. If you don't understand the vaccine and you don't care for it, or you don't believe in the science, you could at least understand the dollars sense of it. You could understand that the NFL doesn't want to miss games, and they don't want to be shuffling the season around. They don't want to lose revenue. They don't want to have their fans, put in danger, getting COVID on their watch. So I agree with the NFL. Like, you gotta get vaccinated. And if you don't, then you can't play. And if you do play, there's consequences. There's always consequences. And it's just crazy how many players, they're thinking about the long-term effect of the vaccine when, a lot of those problems that they're thinking of aren't merited. There's a lot of misinformation going around. But, I'm not one to... I'm not going to come up here and act like I know it all. I myself have been vaccinated. I hope everyone gets vaccinated. There's science, there's numbers that prove that being vaccinated is helping this pandemic slow down. Now there's another variant, so you got to be, weary of that variant. But I completely understand where the NFL is coming. And for the NFL players that don't want to get vaccinated, there's consequences, and you gotta live up to those consequences. It's crazy. It would be crazy. It would be insane to see players retire or not play because they don't want to get the vaccine. I'm like DeAndre Hopkins. I know there's been other players. I think Sam Darnold was against it too. Beasley was against it. There's a lot of players that are against the vaccine. It just baffles me. It's crazy just to think about how big name players are, have these concerns or aren't getting all the information that they need. But what do you guys think? Is the NFL, violating rules? Are they putting too much pressure on these NFL players? I think they're doing the right thing because, we've seen what this pandemic, what this virus could do. It's deadly. So many people have lost their lives, unfortunately. And, it could spread, especially this Delta variant. It's proven that it spreads faster than any of the other variants. So it's just, we could potentially be in for another lockdown, another, time where we're just stuck at home, where there's no sports. And I think the best thing we could do to prevent that is to get vaccinated, for everyone to get vaccinated, build that herd immunity, really finally get over this hump that we've been trying to get over for the last, 18 months. It's been a while, I hate it here. I'm pretty sure everyone's over it. Everyone's tired of this pandemic, but the easiest way, the fastest way we could get over this is for everyone to get vaccinated. Don't just do it for yourself. Do it for your neighbor. Do it for your friends. Do it for your loved ones. And, I think some of these players just need better guidance. And, they need to read up a little better on these vaccines. And, yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is merited? Do you guys think DeAndre Hopkins is potentially going to not get vaccinated? He's going to quit the NFL. That would be insane. People are joking that in the end, Bill O'Brien knew what was going to happen, and he ended up winning that trade with the Cardinals. Even if DeAndre Hopkins retires, he still did not win that trade. That was a terrible trade for the Houston Texans. But let me know what you guys think. This is unprecedented news, unprecedented times that we're in. I agree with the NFL. Like, you should be vaccinated. You should, there is repercussions for not being vaccinated. It's especially in a contact sport where you're always touching, each other, and this new variant is going around. That's way more easier to be contagious and transmit from people to people. But, let me know down below. What do you guys think? Is DeAndre Hopkins correct, or all these other players, or should they just, suck it up? But that should wrap it up for this episode of the Hard to Handle Sports Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep out on the lookout for the next episode. I'll probably talk about some of these Olympic tennis, more of these NFL news, and NBA offseason. But have a good rest of your day.